So there's some bloody big changes coming to Stalker Gamma. Patch 0.9 is close. In fact, it's bloody close. How close? Well, it's currently scheduled to launch on April 3rd or April 4th, depending on where you are in the world. So before it launches and before we get the patch notes, I want to go over a few things to prepare you for what's coming. So the first big major change is there's going to be a completely new installer. It's going to automatically check and notify you if Stalker Gamma or ModDB add-ons need to be updated. It's now going to have its own backend server, which means no more red flags from ModDB. Thanks to Blood of Sniper for creating this. Awesome work. It's basically going to streamline everything, make it much easier and, most importantly, much faster to download and install and even update Stalker Gamma. There's going to be new auto looting scripts thanks to iTheon. It's basically going to help you only loot things that you want and keep track of things you have looted. 5.56mm weapons are going to get an overhaul. There's basically going to be less of them and some of the variants will be changed up a little bit. And the rare 5.56 guns will be even rarer. In fact, it seems like all assault rifles, 5.56 and 5.45, are going to be balanced a bit more in regards to what NPCs you'll find them on. The higher ranking the enemy, the more rarer weapons they will have, which totally makes sense. There's going to be an overhaul to the radiation system. Basically, there's going to be a brief period of time where you're not going to get radiated, and then it'll start coming on, and it'll scale based on difficulty. I'm not going to go too in depth with this because these aren't the official patch notes. This is simply an overview of what's planned. The Ithaca M37 pump action shotgun's been added. To be honest, I don't really think the game needs any more shotguns, but you know, still cool to have it. And what the fuck would I know? Now, this one's a biggie. NPC movement is going to get a patch. NPCs when shot are going to be easier to stagger, but their stagger animations are going to be faster. They're going to flank you faster and react quicker to what you're doing. It's going to make it really interesting. Stash changes. This one's going to hurt you guys a little bit. There's going to be a reduced chance to get toolkits and white stashes. It's now going to be even harder to acquire advanced tools. I'll tell you what, in my first playthrough it took me fucking ages to find advanced tools, but once I did, that was all I found in every stash. There's going to be changes to recipes. When you start the game, you're only going to have basic recipes, and you're going to have to purchase advanced recipes or loot them out in the wild. Now, there's quite a bit of detail listed here on the Discord. You can have a read of it if you want. I'm not going to go into any further detail about this because it's probably going to change a little bit by the time the patch comes out. So that's basically it. That's the overview of what is coming in the patch. There's lots more stuff that I haven't talked about that we're going to have to wait and see. So you might be wondering what you can do to prepare for the patch. I don't know this for certain, but I say there's going to be a lot of issues with previous save games. So if you're near at the end of a playthrough, I suggest maybe grinding the shit out of Gamma before this patch arrives. Alternatively, you could just not patch the game until you finish your playthrough. But I'm just speculating here. It may be 100% compatible, which it usually is. I'm personally going to back up my saves and put them away, and I'm going to start an all new playthrough with 0.9, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's it. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you down the road.